and they may have. The ministry of the devil is to steal. When he can't steal, he kills. When he can't kill, he destroys. Lift up your two hands to heaven. Whatever plan of the enemy is, Isaiah 45 verse 3. He led Cyrus to his place of resources, and I will give thee the treasures of darkness, hidden riches of secret places, which call thee by name, and the God of Israel. Now listen to me. When God leads you, it doesn't matter where he found to lead you this year. No matter what your GPRS is speaking, if God has not spoken, don't move. Why should you lead you? Psalm 16 verse 11. Thou wilt show me the path of righteousness. Thou wilt show me the path of righteousness. There is a path that seemeth right unto man. Proverbs 3, 4-5. But the end thereof is destruction. But when God leads, Psalm 16 verse 11. Thou wilt show me the path of righteousness. In your righteousness, in your right hand are pleasures forevermore. Fullness of joy when you start having, Deuteronomy chapter 10 verse 32. Deuteronomy chapter 32 verse 10. He found Jacob in a howling wilderness, but God found him. Say, God has found me. Say it louder. Even if you think he hasn't, for you to step into this service, you have found. As an eagle set up, her nest fluttered over her young, spread abroad her wings. And the next verse, the Lord alone did lead him. No strange God was with him. And what happened? He made him to ride on the high places of the earth. When God picks you, you are on a flight. When God picks you, you are ready for a flight. And he made him to suck honey out of the rocks and oils out of the flinty rocks. Choicest honey. Unadulterated blessings awaits those who God leads. It doesn't matter where you are found. Who finds you is the matter. When God finds 14 seconds, 14 minutes, 14 hours, maximum 14 days, my God, the God of Oyedepo will take you on a flight. You will never go down. Give him a big, big hand of praise, somebody. Engaging the breakthrough power thereof of divine guardians. When you allow God to be the captain of your ship, you will sail well. When he leads, you take the lead. And he walks. God must go before you. He must walk within you. He must walk with you. He must work for you. Then you become a wonder. And all this happens when God leads. Repeat after me. Father, may I not get to a point that I will be independent of you. Do you mean that prayer? Raise your hand and pray to yourself. Lord, may I not get to a point where I become independent. Lift up your hand and pray that prayer. Empower me to remain focused with you. In Jesus' precious name we are praying. In the journey of divine direction, I showed you that nobody can hear God except he's born again. Don't proximity for connectivity. Don't mistake a brand new iPhone 2019 without SIM for connectivity. It won't answer. Your house may be the closest house to a PHCN transformer. If you are not connected, you cannot be lightened. God can speak to anyone that is not his child. No matter how many mountains you go, the prophets will only confuse you. Allow God speaks to you as you give your life to him, or rededicate your life to him. Connectivity is superior to proximity. If you get born again, and the Bible said as many as receive him, he gave power to become sons of God. We also saw and discovered that to assess God's direction, you must live a lifestyle of praise and worship. For when you praise him, he inhabits your praise. Psalm 30, 29-30, and you hear the sound of direction. One must be in love with God. In the second part, we're talking about You must desire to be guided. You must recognize that only God leads. You must create an environment conducive for God to operate. Now, in this area, for God to lead you. Why? There are many things competing with God for your life. God wants to speak, but they have distracted you from hearing. That's why until fasting and prayer, wickedness. To undo the heavy burden. To let your oppressed go free. That you break every yoke. Fasting will stop the enemy. Number 2, fasting will clear your airspace and ear space. Airspace, so no flying evil around your head, and it will clear your AIR space and clear your HEAR space. You hear God clearly, and no stranger will be hanging around your head. And the Bible said in verse 8, then your light will break forth like a morning. You are lightened. You become visible. You become unveiled to your world. You can be beside your breakthrough and not be seen. But when you begin to fast, you unveil for your world, for celebrity. There are many due for appointment, but they can never be seen, but they are covered. You need an unveiling of your destiny to be covered. No matter how beautiful a G-Wagon 2019 or Range Rover Sport 2019 is, if it's covered, it will not be found. It will not be appreciated. Your appreciation comes when you unveil. No matter how tear rubber the car is, they have to tear the rubber for you to be appreciated and washed. Many people's rubber have not been torn, so they are unveiled to their world. They are unveiled to their world. Butterfly, as long as they are in the cocoon, they remain larva. You must get out of that cocoon. It's time for you to fly. And when it's your season for butterfly to fly, nobody can stop it from flying. May I announce to you today, today is your cocoon breaking day. It's your day of unveiling. It's your day of breakthrough. How many want to be unveiled to their world? Lift up your two hands and say, Father, for global manifestation, I decree every veil that has covered your ministry, every veil that has covered your industry, every veil that has covered your personality, every veil that has covered your CV, amazing CV but no appointment, every veil that has covered your investment of service in the kingdom and your establishment in your industry, I command those veils. It is your season to be recognized. God is turning your position to prominence. Give him a big hand and thank him. Thank him from the depth of your heart. Magnify him. Another quality that you need to be spoken to by God is humility. Thou art my hiding place, that preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with the songs of deliverance. God has the supernatural GPRS. It can lead you where no man can see. And when God leads packages of divine direction, including supernatural breakthrough, to go with you today. Amen. What are the other gateways that you have a right in redemption to be blessed by God? Your redemption is not for show, it's for securing adequate blessings from the Lord. Exodus 23 verse 21, when he saved them, when he released them, he restored them. He gave them favor. Exodus 3 verse 21. Exodus 3:21. And I will give this people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. And it shall come to pass that when you go, you shall not go empty. Lift up your two hands to heaven. This week, God will transfer wealth to you. We'll finish a service like this in a kid state, and a woman working in the secretariat, somebody just walked to her. Something tells me to transfer my shops and the refrigerator for free. Same day.